Hello! Welcome to Anime Mystics. I'm Roman, and tonight I am watching Wotaku ni Koi wa Muzukashii episode 9. So, last episode, we only had two stories. The first one, we found out that Nifuji is afraid of thunder and lightning. I would assume mostly just the thunder. Lightning usually just comes along with it. So he was doing everything at work he could to try to distract him from hearing it, listening to music or playing his video game or whatever he can do. Everybody else was pretty surprised to hear that because he's usually pretty calm and collected, so they didn't expect him to actually be afraid of anything. But it also turns out that Narumi is also afraid of thunder. We found this out in a flashback that they had where they show him as a kid in bed and somebody is banging on his door, the outside door, and he goes to open it and it's Narumi coming to check up on him because he's afraid of thunder. So she wanted to see if he was okay, but she was freaked out too, and she even yelled at him for opening the door when he's, just a kid. He shouldn't be opening the door when somebody's knocking on it. But he said he figured it was her anyway, so he wasn't worried. And then they realized that they're not afraid of it when they're together. So, yeah, kind of worked out. And the second part, which took up the rest of the episode, which I think was around 15 minutes or so, was Nifuji trying to figure out what, I guess, a normal relationship is like. He was thinking back to when he was younger, and he saw her with some guy who had piercings in his ear, and how he tried to pierce his ears so that he can, I guess, try to be more attractive to her. Not exactly the best thing to do. And then he starts asking Hanako and Taro, how their relationship is, whether they just argue all the time or if there's other things that they do and stuff like that, and they end up arguing. And Hanako and Taro end up getting into a fight, and he ends up saying he's going to take her to this place, and then I think she punched him or something, and then they went on, but she's all like, all right, well, you better do that, and then they, she walked off. I don't think he got any real help there. And Narumi is thinking about how they've never actually been on a real date. Anytime they've ever said they were going to do something together, it's been at his house playing video games, or they go to the conventions where she can sell her manga, or something like that. But they've never actually been on a real date, like a movie or dinner, but together, or anything like that. Like at an actual restaurant, not the place they usually go to after work. And I forget what he asks her after work one day. Something dealing with, like, the guys she used to date. And I forget what her answer was, but he says, all right, well, how about... Oh, I think he asked, did she do things, like, with her ex-boyfriends like they do? And I think she said no, they would do, like, the movies or dinner or something like that. And he goes, okay, well, how about next, I think it was Sunday? And she goes, okay. But then it's like, wait, what are you talking about? And he's like, a date. Completely shocking her. But yeah, he asked her to go on an official date. which is probably what's going to happen in this episode. So I'm looking forward to see what he actually came up with, or if they talked about it and came up with something together. So let's get into this episode. Alright, so the video is going to be located over here, and the link to the reaction is going to be in the description down below. And we're going to start this episode in 3, 2, 1.